Greetings, my dear viewers. Your intellectual superior, Professor Finn, has arrived. Today I will be playing Survive and Kill the Killers in Area 51, Infection Mode. Now for those of you with less intellectual Roblox knowledge, allow me to briefly explain. Infection Mode begins with one player as the killer. Anyone eliminated by that killer becomes infected as well, slowly turning the entire lobby against the remaining survivors. And my objective today is quite simple. To remain the last survivor standing while the infected attempts to hunt me down. Will the Professor prevail through superior intellect, or will I become another mindless infected? Let the experiment begin. Now before we proceed any further, there is something you must understand. Joksu owns nearly every game pass in this game, except for perhaps one. So before we begin, take a moment to say thank you, Joksu, for granting the Professor access to such luxurious resources. Now yes, this does give me a slight advantage, but nothing unfair. After all, even without these advantages, my intellect alone would likely secure victory. Let us investigate cargo for potential weaponry. Oh, would you look at that? Sonic.exe has decided to join the festivities. Excellent. This should be manageable. Compared to some of the others, his abilities are limited. Not nearly as overpowered. Defeating Sonic.exe should be a relatively simple task, which raises an interesting question. Mr. Noob, could you kindly explain how you are currently dying to him? I must say, your avatar appears to portray your gaming abilities with remarkable accuracy. Fascinating consistency. Well, it seems you have died, and we have met our goal already, not even 2 minutes into the video. Note the lack of surprise. I, Professor Finn, always keep my promises. However, do not be discouraged, dear viewers, there is still more to come. More and more players are joining the server and becoming infected, forming an army against me. They wish to see intelligence such as my own eliminated, but watch closely as I escape them. Well. Mr. Noob. I cannot believe that after the life-changing 2 minutes we spent bravely fighting alongside one another, you have chosen to betray me and join the opposing team. Truly heartbreaking. I thought we had something special. But alas, infection has corrupted your mind. You leave me with no choice. I did not want it to end like this, but if eliminating you is what must be done, then so be it. It seems it has finally come to this, me against the world. Very well. I will eliminate every last one of you. Do you not understand? Intelligence holds the advantage here. Strategy always defeats chaos. Anyone who wants the smoke may step forward and receive it personally. Wait a moment. Slender Man? You're against me too? Fine. I didn't want you on my side anyway, you tall skinny I suppose I shall continue running in circles, because apparently 3 people are incapable of catching me. I must say, I am quite the slippery fishy. Come now, gentlemen, you're making this far too easy for the Professor. Ah, remarkable. You actually fell for that maneuver. I must admit, I expected at least a minimal display of cognitive resistance. Tell me, are these monsters still in the early stages of neurological development? Because at this point, the only thing frightening about you is not your presence, but the astonishing absence of intelligence behind it. Alright, never mind. Everyone please calm down, we are merely playing a game. There is no need for such aggressive enthusiasm. Please, if you would all be so kind, maintain a reasonable distance from the Professor. Never mind. Well, at this point it hardly matters anymore. I have already achieved the objective. How embarrassingly inefficient for all of you, you required a full alliance just to confront a single fishy such as myself. Remarkable. However, the roles have now reversed. It is my turn to become the infected and to spread the infection to others. Fortunately, thanks to a certain game pass, I possess the privilege of selecting my own killer. Let me think, yes, the alien. After all, he was the primary reason I lost the previous round. Consider this a small act of scientific revenge. Allow me to briefly explain the alien. Its arm is capable of stretching outward and forcibly disarming a survivor, removing their weapon and leaving them completely defenseless, an excellent opportunity for me to follow up by spitting acid upon them. A rather effective strategy, if I do say so myself. Oh, would you look at that? I appear to be lagging. How fascinating. Of course, the precise moment it becomes my turn to terrorize the server, my internet suddenly refuses to cooperate. I have had enough of this nonsense. Not only do I lag in Roblox, but in Fortnite as well. Curse you, Team Mobile. Well then, perhaps a quick reset will resolve this unfortunate lag. Now the real question is, who shall I become instead? Chucky. An interesting choice. His specialty is rather devious. He can leap onto a survivor's head, placing himself completely out of their line of sight, making it nearly impossible for them to shoot him while he deals a considerable amount of damage. Quite the mischievous little strategy. It appears I have located a potential victim. He's all alone and wait a moment. Oh dear, it seems I was not the first to find him. He is currently getting absolutely demolished by someone else. Well then, I suppose it is time for Chucky to involve himself in the situation. Yes, observe closely. This right here is the maneuver I was explaining earlier. Alright, my work here is done. Now that he has met his unfortunate end, I believe it is time for us to transition into Juggernaut mode. Now, this mode is somewhat similar to Infection, but not quite the same. In Juggernaut mode, there is one extremely powerful killer, and everyone else must work together to try and bring him down. However, there is one key difference. If you die, you do not join the killer. No, you simply wait for the next round, and watch the chaos unfold from the sidelines as a spectator. Just my luck, a double-barrel shotgun. One of the most powerful weapons in the entire game. It sits right up there with the ray gun, and that thing is ridiculously overpowered, so that should give you a clear idea of how dangerous this weapon truly is. Now then, the real question remains, who is the unfortunate killer that must face me and my shotgun? Oh my god, would you look at that? Just my luck once again, it's Pennywise. Quite possibly the worst killer in the entire game. Just think about the imbalance here. The worst killer in the game, going up against the second best weapon in the game. This is not a battle, it's practically a scientific experiment in inevitability. Just look at him, he can hardly do anything besides run around in circles. This might actually be worse than Sonic.exe, which is truly saying something. But do not worry, dear viewers. I shall simply keep him running back and forth until his health is completely depleted, and with the damage this shotgun delivers, that process should not take more than a minute. I almost feel sympathy for the poor player behind the screen. His killer was chosen randomly by the game. Because let us be honest, if everyone possessed the same game pass that I do, not a single person would even consider, or dare I say even glance at, the Pennywise option. The poor thing. Here, allow me to assist you and put you out of your misery. Think of it not as cruelty, but as a small act of mercy. This is truly for your own good. There it is. Victory has been achieved. I have single-handedly defeated the killer entirely by myself. Now yes, was it one of the worst killers in the game and perhaps the easiest to eliminate? Certainly. But did I still defeat him alone? Absolutely. And one must always take victory when the opportunity to claim it presents itself. There it is. Victory has been achieved. Now then, it is finally my turn to become the killer, and quite frankly I will accept anyone at all, except Pennywise. Perhaps Tails would be an excellent selection. You see, if I manage to get close enough to a survivor, they become completely blinded until I eliminate them. And as we all know, you cannot shoot what you cannot see. Alright then, let us begin the hunt. There are only 3 people in this server, including myself, which means there are precisely 2 survivors left to become my victims. Let us hope, for their sake, or rather for mine, that they do not manage to find any particularly powerful weapons. Oh, would you look at that? My very first victim has run straight into me. Do you not recognize the danger you have placed yourself in? Not only have you doomed yourself, but you have also abandoned your companion, leaving them completely alone. A truly catastrophic strategic error. It would appear the last survivor has taken the elevator down to the underground bunker. Excellent. The confined space down there will drastically limit his ability to run. In other words, his chances of escape have just dropped significantly, which should allow me to finish this hunt rather quickly. Remarkable. I seem to have accomplished everything in this video at an exceptionally rapid pace. What am I, or Sonic? No. I may in fact be an even faster Sonic than Sonic himself. And would you look at that? The final survivor has left the game. Which means, once again, quite unsurprisingly, I am declared the winner. Well, dear viewers, I sincerely hope you were entertained, because this brings us to the end of our little experiment. If you were not entertained, then clearly the problem lies not with the professor, but with your sense of humor. Anyways, goodbye.